Alrighty, we're live, so we'll wait for people to come in. I'll get over here on the other computer. If you're watching on YouTube, just scrub forward until you see stuff start happening. Hopefully I'll be able to see good. Alright, just giving it a minute. Just scrub forward. I hate that glare up there, but not much I can do. Alright, come on. What the heck is this crazy thing doing? Hi, CB. All right. I got some YouTube going on now. You get a pop-out chat. Hi, Kathy. All right, we're good to go. Hi, Kathy Arbor. Make sure you have live chat picked if you've got pop-out chat. Hi, Dede, you already got the notice. Well, good. That means we won't be waiting around too long because I got cool stuff to show today. Hi, Linda. All right. I think I know what I'm doing today. I don't know. It's always a surprise to me, too, so let's see, which one do I want? I want that one and that one. I'm picking me out some paintbrushes, I think. Because later on I'm going to watercolor, but I'm going to show my cool stuff first. So, you know what's really weird? This morning at Dede's, where's my mouse? Did my mouse quit working? What the hell? Alright, let me get a battery for my mouse. Hi, Diana. You call 1-800-pterodactyl, Dede. Duh. Hi, Kat. Alright, let me get a battery. I think my mouse quit working. Two AAAs. Aren't you guys glad that I do all this before I go live? Time to buy some new AAAs. If this doesn't fix it, I don't know what will. Anyway, I'll read chat and yak at you guys. Hi, Dorothy. Rachel. Wind chill of -4. OMG. All right, let's try this. Oh, that's much better. I do have enough energy without AA batteries, but I hate the touchpad, so I have it totally turned off. Hi, Terry. Hi, Kimberly. I hope I didn't miss anybody while I was dinking around with that crazy mouse, but now I'm good. So yeah, I got some ATC swap envelopes in. Well, let me first show. I got my print from Dede, and actually I was going to get out. I actually drew along with her the day she did this. I was going to get that out, but I forgot. So thanks, Dede. I love it. You know, it reminds me a lot of Zentangle, frankly. But, yeah. I love it. It will go in with my notebook of all my Dede stuff, and I've got a lot, because I'm a lucky girl. And I'm pretty much a useless moderator, but It's okay. I get the prize anyway. It really is cool. It really is cool. Okay, and these I'm going to show you in no particular order, just the way they're sitting here. This one is from Kathleen. I hope I say her last name right. Dede. That's what I'm going to say it is. But I'm probably wrong, so it doesn't matter. She sent me these little stickers. Everything is figure outable, which I'm not sure if that's true or not. Find your fire, love yourself more, trust your gut, just keep going. So I like those. They'll go in the Beast. And then just a little bit of ephemera, which will probably end up in the Beast as well. And then these are her ATC swap cards. And I was going to say, I hope I'm going to have to write her name. Because nobody will know it by just K. Ah, thanks, Trisha. But I know what my limitations are. And I said it right? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know my limitations and I'm cool with it. I'm going to put these on a black background so you guys can see them better. And we'll see if this camera is going to cooperate today. If I can be still enough. Come on. Focus, you freak. There we go. If I get it up close enough, it does okay. She packs a lot in these little 2.5 by 3.5 inch cards. They're really, really nice. Try and catch it when it's focused for about a half a minute or half a second. I just took my medicine, so hopefully that sniffing will stop. These are good, Kathleen. Aren't they just amazing little pieces of art? I think that's why I love Zentangle so much. They're just amazing little pieces of art. Not watching chat. Hi, Jane. I just looked over. So, some people will be really lucky to get those. Got to put all this back the way it comes out. And I got today, just today, this was today's, came from Angela Hicks. And thank you for the stamps, Angela. Appreciate it. And she sent extras. So when you get your cards, I'll probably just throw a few extra in if I have them. Hi, Jacqueline. Hi, Joan. So this looks like a sample card, Aquaflor, linked. So that's cool. Let me try the black background again, see if that will work a little bit better. Come on. And this one actually is done in one of the designs because that background design is actually Knightsbridge. So that's kind of cool idea. ARH, Huggins. Okay, Angela Hicks. Okay, ARH, sorry. I told you this morning I didn't think I'd gotten them, but apparently I did. I wasn't connecting Angela Hicks with ARH, but they did come just today. I like this one a lot. Very well done. They're all well done. All right, sent you email about address. Okay, Terry, it seems like I answered that, but if I didn't, I will. Here, let me write myself a note. I'm so bad. Hi, Mindy. Okay, got a note, so I will definitely address that today. But let's see, I just did my emails. So, come on, camera, work with me here. This I don't understand. There we go. Maybe I'm just too fast. I don't know. So they're just awesome little pieces of art. And Angela did write on the back all the designs that she used. So that'll be helpful. Because some of them, I don't think I recognize them. I love that tile design in the background on this one. So that was more than 6, but I'll pick one and send the rest out to whoever. A lot of them I'm familiar with, but don't know their names. And hi to anybody I miss coming in while I'm showing these. Next one is Diana Warner. And she did some of each. She did coins and ATC size. So let me just check the letter real quick and make sure. They're fine, Diana. She's still learning. She enjoys my videos and artwork. Thank you very much. Okay, she was curious about how Monkey Island got its name. To the best of my knowledge, the way Monkey Island got its name is they built the dam in the 1940s. I think it started in 1940, and honestly, the lake was filled up by like 1942. It did not take long. And they had to move a couple towns and different things. And there was I think the guy was from Tulsa, and I think his name was Charlie. Anyway, he was down here looking around at the land after the lake had filled. And when he got to Monkey Island, he said something like, that looks like the Monkey Island, because it was the zoo enclosure for the monkeys had a moat all the way around it at the Tulsa Zoo. And he said, well, that looks like the monkey enclosure at the zoo. And that's as much as I know. Hi, Peggy. Yeah, they named it after me, CB. I'm sure they did that. So anyway, she did one coin, 2 coins, black and white, and then 1 color. I like the coins. I'm gonna have to give this a try. And this one she added a little bit of sepia to, which is really hard to see, but come on, focus, you freak. There we go. Aren't they cool? It's so much fun to get them in the mail, you guys. I just love getting them in the mail. She did put her name, and she did, yeah, she didn't put the design name, so, yep. Anyway, sorry. Being a little distracted there. Come on, focus, you freak. If you had any idea how frustrating this is. There. Might be distance from the camera. I don't know. That design you like is what is used in neurographic art. Okay, Kathy. I actually used that in some little gifts that I prepared. So good job. And I like that new people are participating and trying things. Okay, she did the magnifying glass on this one, which I did on all of mine, where you take just one spot of the design and blow it up. So that's cool. I like that. I like it because I used it myself. So I'm happy. If that inspired you, I'm about ready to knock this camera off the stand, I swear to God. Anyway. Well done, Diana. But in the letter she said there's also a Monkey Island in Beaufort County, where she lives in South Carolina, only it's totally inaccessible because it was the place where the government did experiments with monkeys many years ago. It's forbidden land now, and no one is allowed access to it. There are many stories about it. People say there are still monkeys. Well, maybe I'm turn off the auto light. Auto light. All right, let me check into that real quick. Got to put that back first. If I get these things screwed up, I'll be messed up for a lifetime. All right, let me see. Actually, it already was off, Dede. So what now? You did, Kimberly, but I'm going to show them here. They're right after this one. They were cute, though. All right, and this one is from Dawn Karasaki. And she let me know that there were no rulers or erasers harmed in the making of these tangles, which makes me happy. I did turn it on and then turn it back off. You want me to do it again? See, the camera just then tried to focus. I could see it on camera. Come on. It's trying. Not trying very hard. There we go. Well done, right? Dawn wrote her name on the back of them. So I appreciate you doing that, because then I won't have to do it. Look at this one. It's cute. She added a little bow. I guess all of them have a little bow somewhere. Create your own style, man. Leave it on. Okay, I'm listening to Dede. All right, it's on now. Let's see how we do there. Come on, come on, come on, come on. This is so annoying. There we go. Everybody's are so different and so cool. Oops, that one I already showed. Now put my hand up to the camera. There's my hand in the camera. Somebody read my lifeline real quick. There's a break in it right there. Wonder what that means, midlife. Somebody read my palm, would you? I like this design too. Oh, that's working better, Dede. Maybe we're on to something. Or maybe I just got lucky. Who knows? Sometimes I get lucky. So those were Dawn Karasaki. And so far everybody's been really good and included a self-addressed stamped envelope, which I appreciate a lot. And the last ones I have, and a lot of people have told me they're on their way. So, yeah, I'll have more next week. Check these out. This is ATC's Kimberly. Kimberly 557. And I'm going to say the last name is Iwanowski. Am I right? They are so great, right? She did sewing on hers. She did the patterns, but she added some words, some fabric, little doodads, sewing, and there were no rules, you guys. So this is not against the rules. She did more than anticipated. Okay, there we go. They're so cute, Kimberly. I have to say, make today awesome. They are. Everyone's are just so good. Enjoy today. Try and do that every day. And she left the little strings hanging off, which I think are really cute too. But there's tangles in the back. And the little doodads in all color. Be happy. I am most of the time. It was kind of like being at Dede's this morning and seeing everybody's prompts for her 4-prompt challenge last week. I was amazed at what people came up with for them. Smile today. It's a beautiful life. Yes, it is. So good job, Kimberly. So different, so out of the box. Come on. Focus, you freak. Great work, everyone. And then she also sent me a tag for hosting. And good vibes from the Outer Banks. I'm not great at advice. May I interest you in a sarcastic comment? I can't imagine why she sent that to me. I mean, Dede maybe, but not me. Thanks, Tina. You know what? I was going to say that. My likes are broken. This morning at Dede's, all I ever saw was 11 likes. So thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate the good vibes for me and Robert. We had a doctor's appointment last Wednesday. Well, we didn't have a doctor's appointment. He just had to go in and do his lab work. And we haven't heard back. So when we don't hear back, I assume everything's okay. So every month we go with no word is a happy day in our life. All right, and then the other thing I wanted to show was let's see, I had to leave on Wednesday, so it was Wednesday. Dede did Society of Idea Collectors. Now it's really gone wackadoodle. What the heck? The likes don't change until you hit thumbs up. Really? Thanks, Rachel. We're good. I mean, Robert and I have been very, very fortunate with his leukemia. That's the only thing I can say about that. But anyway, Dede did her Society Idea Collectors, where she was showing you guys lists of 4 categories that you had to pick from and then create something out of it. So you guys, I'm not sure if you were picking on me or being nice to me. I'm not sure. But anyway, y'all picked for me my 4 prompts. And I got praying mantis, Hawaii, teacher, and bed. And so as soon as Dede told me, I was like, oh man, I feel a zine coming on. Because what are you going to do with praying mantis, bed, teacher, and Hawaii? So because we are in the land of coronavirus and kids being taught from home, it dawned on me that a kid could get expelled from school for jumping on his bed during his Zoom class, right? And hi, Linda. Yeah, listen to Dede. She talked about lists this morning. Anyway, so I decided I was going to do a zine from the praying mantis community in Poipu, Hawaii. That's a Hawaiian flag hanging on his wall. That's his little teacher in Zoom class. Damn it. And here's Paco jumping on his leaf bed. So I'll just read it. This is the praying mantis coconut telegraph serving the Poipu community since 1908, and this is the May 2021 edition. Local student expelled. Paco, a student at the local grammar school, has been suspended for jumping on his bed during Zoom schooling. Miss Millie, the nutrition teacher, said multiple warnings had been given. She stated further that Paco will be the death of me, providing that the frog gang doesn't get her first. So it's not going to focus, I don't think. But anyway, that little piece of art is like, how big? That's 2.5 by 1.5. So that's just barely bigger than a freaking postage stamp, right? This is the beauty contest winner is announced. The Poipu Beauty Contest Committee is proud to announce that Miss Penelope Mantodia, which is the Latin name for praying mantis, because I look this stuff up. I don't just make it up as I go. Well, that's not true. I do make it up. The judges said that the choice was clear, one stating that her double-spined murder clamps were beyond compare. Penelope's mother, Precious, while sobbing with joy, exclaimed, "I almost wish I hadn't eaten her father at conception. I know he would be so proud." We were able to locate one of her 10,421 siblings. Paco interrupted his bed jumping long enough to display a gagging reflex when informed of his sister's crowning. Penelope will represent Poipu in neighboring communities, promoting her platform of eliminating frog gangs as well as world peace. Congratulations, Penelope. This one was fun to draw. Teacher profile. This week we profile Miss Millie, the nutrition teacher at our grammar school. Her emphasis is teaching our youngsters to avoid the sugar-laden aphids and opt for the high fiber and protein found in grasshoppers. Miss Millie is in her 5th month of her anticipated 12-month lifespan. Here's Miss Millie. And here's a wanted dead or alive $5,000 reward for the Pelabates Frog Gang leader. Now that is one ugly frog, right? I picked the ugliest, and in all honesty, I didn't do a great job on the art, but frogs are just kind of ugly, right? Hi, Jersey. And here's a red-eyed mantis. Oh, you guys can't see that so well. A rare specimen of the elusive red-eyed mantis was seen at the local flea market. Warning to all male mantis: do not attempt to breed this mantis. And we have a help wanted column. Babysitter. Contact Paco's mom. 1-800-BAD-KIDS. They have an ad for a teacher for the school year 2022. Miss Millie's lifespan is expected to expire in August of 2021. Beach cleanup. Must be willing to pick up liquefied jellyfish. 1-800-GROSS-OUT. Counselor working with beach cleanup crews. 1-800-FIX-KIDS. And a photographer fixing the photos in the Coconut Telegraph. Just look. And then here's the little ad for a leaf bed that are picked fresh daily. And then the back is just a poster of hands in the air like you just don't care. So that's my zine for Dede's prompt. It was fun. The two pieces of art that I enjoyed doing the most were probably the teacher, because look at that crazy eyeball she's got. Like, she is totally whacked. And then this one, Miss Poi Poo 2021. That was fun as well. So that's my zine. Thanks, guys. The zines are fun. I like doing zines because, try holding it close. There we go. This Miss Poi Poo. And this art, you remember, I mean, you're working on, what, 2.5 by 3.5 inch sheet here? Let me see if I can. And then the teacher, I really, really enjoyed doing her. And I actually did use real references, so, like, these are typical praying mantis versions. And I like the blackboard in the background. And there's the little frog. He is butt ugly, man. Come on, focus, you freak. There we go. That boy is butt ugly. So that was fun. Where did they get glasses to fit? At the praying mantis eye doctor. Duh. Now, she's nutrition teacher, teaching the kids not to eat those nasty aphids. But in my case, I don't mind if they eat the aphids. And then I ordered myself another Ruth Chow Simmons book. I had not seen this one, so I had to order it from Amazon, and it's small. It's not a big book like her others, but it's got her typical. I actually painted that yesterday for my mom for Mother's Day. My mother's passed away, but it's okay because I still have to think of her on Mother's Day, and when I think of my mother, I think of four-leaf clovers, because she could find them like crazy. I have an entire box. So I'll just flip through this. Z did go ahead and get one of the books that I had showed, and then I sent her another one for her birthday yesterday. I'm pretty sure it was yesterday. I just love her art, and I love just, like, you can read this book in just one sitting real quick, but I just love her work, so I'm going to support her. All of her artwork just makes me feel happy. I did another one out of this too, after I got it, which is really weird because we got an Amazon delivery on Saturday, which we never get Amazon deliveries on Saturday. So I don't know if they've hired a company. I don't know. But it came separate from the mailman. But we don't get Saturday deliveries. I love this, and I want to paint this. So if ultimately I'll do that. So anyway, I just love her work. So simple, yet so pleasing, you know? So today, just because I haven't felt good the last couple days, my stomach's goofed up. I don't know what I ate or what I've done, but my stomach's been goofed up. I love this page too. Yeah, I just thought I'd just go ahead and watercolor some of the a page out of that watercolor pad that I bought at Hobby Lobby. Figured I gotta use it. So yeah, her work is just real simple, but just so pretty. And they're simple, but they're, the book is Fields of Joy by Ruth Chow Simmons. I like her watercolors. So yeah, I ordered that, and they had it used as well. So I ordered it from Amazon, but yeah, they had it pretty inexpensive and used as well. So I'm just watching to see if that stays focused. All right, and I thought today, because I ordered these watercolors literally ages ago, and I've not ever really used them. Well, when you see the set, you'll see that other than swatch them and play with them, I've never really used this set of watercolors, and this is White Nights. The pastel kind of colors have a lot of white in them, so you can see that the black doesn't show through real good. So there's some of each, you know, the real transparent and then some that are not. But I've never really used these watercolors, so I'm going to give it a go. I have to get a prepaid credit card so you can buy stuff online. Well, get after it. You can do that pretty easy. I think you walk into any store and they're going to have the prepaid cards there. So yeah, I'm going to use these because I haven't really used them. And I picked out, I'll just go through this. The other day when I was at Hobby Lobby, I went in there Wednesday when we went to town, and honestly, they had none of this stuff left. Like, my Hobby Lobby was really weird. In the paper aisle, there was only the Master's Touch brand paper, and it was spread out like one pad per section. And I guess because they had it all on sale and haven't gotten new in, I don't know, but it was really weird. Like, a lot of the stuff you would expect wasn't there. So yeah, I'm going to pick a page out of this, and I just picked this one because I thought it was pretty. So, pretty simple stuff. But if you haven't seen these, they did sell them at Hobby Lobby. Your Hobby Lobby may still have them. It's a Prima marketing, so I'm sure you can still get this. Whether or not you can get it at Hobby Lobby, I don't know. But it's Prima, so you know you're going to be able to find it somewhere. Yeah. And if I didn't paint on this, I was going to work in this Art for Joy's Sake journal by Christy Rice. I love this book as well. It's on watercolor paper, and I've done quite a few in here. I'll just flip through it real quick. But they give you a finished sample and then the blank sample for you to do. So I've done quite a few of them. So the ones on the left are always going to be... I guess that did soak through, but I remember on this one I was using a lot of water because this was their version and this was my version. My version is almost always going to be way more bold, right? Hi, Nana Mo. But I do love this book too. So if you want a book where you don't have to worry about artwork and stuff like that, and you just want to play with your watercolors, I love these books for that. It takes the pressure off of, oh, what am I going to paint? What am I going to draw? Just buy the pre-printed ones and play with your stuff. Why not? Okay, here's another one. This is their version, and this is my version. And I have to say, while I've been learning, it's been really nice just to have this to play in. And not have to plan out a bunch of stuff. I've still got quite a bit to do in here. Woohoo! This is their version. This is my version. But I tried to duplicate theirs to some extent. You're looking at the sites from Dede's stream. Now you want stuff. You have a new book to show tomorrow. Oh boy. This one I want to do an entire painting in these really soft colors. I just think this is gorgeous. And actually the colors on the computer are pretty accurate for what I'm looking at. Make a list. There you go. Dede's giving you good advice. Put it in your wish list in your idea collector book. This one was fun. This is theirs. This is mine. This one was way fun. And hopefully when I did it, I learned something. Some days it's hard to tell. So yeah, this is another book where you can not have to worry about the art, just paint. And this is another one of the Prima Arts. I don't have the pad because I gave half of it to Amy. But this one has gold foil. And I'm not much of a gold foil person, but I'll paint them someday. And I think they had other ones too. I know they had a face one, and I'm not that big into people. So Kathy Arbor streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesday she does a watercolor class. Thanks, Jane. I try not to miss Kathy Arbor's streams, just like I try not to miss Dede's. A lot of others I try and catch on the recordings, but I don't know. I always learn something at Kathy Arbor's, 1 o'clock Eastern. So these are the White Night watercolors. I thought I would do this. Get my water. See, I had everything pretty well set up. But on Tuesday she does a watercolor class, and then on Thursdays she's been doing acrylic painting. And a lot of times she'll do it on pattern paper. And those are mind-boggling amazing. I'm not a acrylic painter, so if I paint along with Kathy, I generally do watercolor. So, yep. Check out Kathy's channel. Honestly, you'll learn a lot. And she is, in fact, a trained artist. I mean, she went to school. So, where I just dumb through this stuff, she actually has training. So, but I thought I would do this the flowers in soft yellow, pink and orange kind of. The problem with this White Nights paint, I mean, look at the selection of greens. Yikes, that's a little bit scary for me. I'm going to make myself do it, but yeah, it's still a little scary. So I'm going to pick the lighter of the yellows, and we'll see how these paints work. They might have a little bit of dust on them, but I don't think it's going to hurt anything. Alright, I'm going to get out a bigger paintbrush for this. Yeah, it's the same time on Thursdays as well. I'm going to put quite a bit because I don't want to run out. And the orange, I think I'll use the Naples orange. And the tray is just another one of those wooden box trays that I make for the watercolors. And the pink kind of scares me because it's got so much white filler. Which pink do I want? I think I'll go with the brighter, the peony. And then some green, and we can always add colors. So I hope you guys had a nice weekend, nice Mother's Day. That's not... Do I have these in the right place? I think on this last page I may have goofed up. Hang on just a second. Yep, that's blue. Wonder... Oh, there's the other green. How did I get them out of order? Oh well, I'll worry about that later. How about that? Alright, and because I'm not sure, I better test this one too. Yep, that's the darker green. And I can't give you the equivalent of what other colors are because they really give their paints their own names. So it's just like the dark green, which most companies would call hookers probably. They just call it green. But I would call this probably closer to dark olive or hookers. Probably hookers. I could have done a hookers page in the zine. Do you think praying mantis have hookers? Probably don't need them. Turn down the brightness. I don't remember if I even messed with the brightness, Dede. I'm looking. Come on. Is that a little better? Put it back to what the factory setting is. See if that's a little better. That's auto white balance off. I think I like it off. I'm going to leave it off. If I still get problems, we can always turn it back on. Not if they eat their mates. There you go, Kathy. Kathy gets it, man. That girl gets it. Michelle gets it. Oh my God. There's something seriously wrong with me. And you don't even have to tell me because I pretty much get it. Alright. We're going to start with those colors and add as we go. Well, they have been around for years. And hooking is about... See? Yep. The oldest profession. Alright. Oops. I splashed just a little bit there. Won't matter. Honestly, I worked on this paper before. I do not remember anything about the paper. It is watercolor paper. Let me... let's see. I'm assuming this is watercolor paper. Acid and lignin free. So that's all I can tell you. But it's printed in Malaysia, so at least it's not printed in China. Alright, I'll start with a small brush and we'll do the centers of the flowers first. And I might go back and use ink. I did have fun. I'll go get real quick, since we were talking about Kathy Arbor. I try always to paint along when she's painting, just because it's fun. And I don't feel a whole lot of pressure because I'm just sitting. Oops. Oh, I always do that. I'm sitting here by myself. I'll go get my bistro quiz. Okay. I don't know what made me think of that. Well, I do know what made me think of it. Anyway, that was one of the paint along with Kathy's. She did this last week, and I just did it in the Beast, which is just garbage. You guys watch me do that one. This is really caca paper. So that's one of the paint along with Kathy's. And then that's the 4-leaf clover from my mom. So just do it. I just do it in the Beast because it's good practice. All right. This is like color by number. You got to look for all the places. Do you guys want me to pull the camera down a little bit so you can see better what I'm doing? And I like when you guys art along, so art away. So it sounds like Dede's going to start up Society Idea Collectors again, and we're going to start getting homework. And a lot of you probably run into Artie Dar at different streams here and there. Artie Dar used to stream on Saturday evenings. And her streams, she's very talented, very crafty, very talented. And she used to give out homework in her streams. And she always really pushed me back then, and this has been years and years ago, several years ago. Artie Dar always pushed me beyond my limits. And whenever I see Artie Dar, I tell her, man, I miss your homework. So I'm going to enjoy having Dede homework. Try using your Zoom. All right. That's one click, Dede. How's that? She is bossy. I love that about her. Thanks, Linda. Not sure if I'll do the background on this or if I'll do it in watercolor. I might do it in colored pencils or something. That's great. You spent the hour making a list between the two? It's fun to do that stuff. I mean, it really is. Anything to kind of get you outside your box, because I think all of us kind of, I don't want to say we get in a rut, but we do kind of get in a rut, right? Where you find something you enjoy doing and you tend to do a lot of it. I know I do. Like now that I started that zine, I've got a million ideas for other zines. And I also have it in my Society of Idea Collectors book. Different zines that I've thought over the course of watching streams and stuff. In fact, I've got a zine idea. I don't know how many of you watched Lena when she was doing her story hour. I'm not sure about this pink, you guys. I may have to choose a different one. I'll start down in this corner. And I'm going to go ahead and wet the paper first just to see what wet on wet is going to do. But anyway, when Lena was doing that time travel story, I don't know how many of you watched it. And I haven't seen Lena around. So Lena, if you watch, I have been thinking about you. I don't know where you've been. I hope your hands and everything are getting better. I suspect her arthritis has been bugging her. And that's why we're not seeing much of Lena. But anyway, I came up with a zine idea when she was doing that story. Much the same format as I just finished. Oops, I didn't want to do that. But a newspaper of the time, there were so many things I thought of while she was reading that story. And I may end up doing it again. I'll have to go back and watch her stories again. But I still want to do that. But that's what I'm talking about is, you know, I get started on something and then I want to do more of it, right? All right, let's see how this pink is going to work. I should make myself use it, whether I like it or not, right? I think I do kind of want... And I'm mixing the colors on the page rather than mixing them off the page. Yeah, see, that doesn't spread nicely. Okay. I'm going to give myself a little bit darker pink, too. It's going to be hard to work with just that one color pink. It's got, like, solids in it. Yeah, I don't like that. Sorry. You need a copy, Dede? I'm going to have to... It is very opaque, Michelle. I'll have to take it in and get a copy because my printer stinks and I didn't go to Sam's and buy that one the other day. But I think I have picked out the one I want. But they didn't have it last time I was there, but they were expecting it in. Okay, I'm going to give myself one additional color. Well, it's not even in this set, so... must be the Mission Gold. Alright, I'm going to give myself one darker shade of pink. The pink is pretty, but I think I'm going to use the quinacridone permanent rose for a little bit different pink, just to change it up a little bit here and there. Probably won't need a huge amount. That's probably enough. All right, what are you talking about, mixed media quilting? You can't stay on one thing. You're all over the place with crafting beads one day, paper the next, yarn the next. I kind of understand that, except that I don't like the mess, you know? Like, if I get out a mess, I'm using that mess up. And then when I put it away, it's put away until the spirit moves me again. All right. Yeah, that pink is just a little weird. That's all right. We're going with it. I'm glad I gave this kind of time to dry because I had watered in those other areas. So Dede will have to go back and read some of her chat today, because when she was doing that stamping, I was like, oh God, she's going to put that sponge in the lab experiment. I was freaking out. One thing I will say about that opaque paint, the other colors don't really run in it. So that's a little weird. Lab experiment. I normally skip a petal, but I think I'd be safe going right up next on this one, because this pastel pink, and I don't know if it's because of the additives, to make it pastel they have to add a lot of white. Yeah, the colors just don't run like normal. Of course, it could be the paper too. What do I know? Can you see that? How that should be running all over the place, and it's just not. That's kind of cool. Now, will I remember that if I ever need to know that? Probably not. That's the problem with me. And I'll come back and add some more later after it dries a little bit. But yeah, see how that darker color pretty much, it's running a little bit, but it's staying pretty much right where I put it. Hi, Lisa. Home from work early. Yay, you. And those drawings in the zine, those were all done with colored pencil only. Except the white on the blackboard, I used a white pen for that. I meant to tell you that when I showed it, that it was all colored pencil. And I hadn't done colored pencil only art for a long time. So it was kind of fun. I mean, I might add colored pencil sometimes to a watercolor or something else, but just strictly colored pencil, I rarely have done that lately. So that was fun. And I'm trying different things in here to see what is going to work with this White Night paint, because it's just a little bit different. Test on other paper and let's see. Okay, while that's drying, I should have, let me look here. I should have some watercolor paper. I hate when I clean up. I think I stuck it in here. I hope I did. It's not like I don't have tons of watercolor paper. There's some. And I didn't write down, but just from the feel of it, I'm thinking it's like the 400 series Canson or Strathmore. So let's do a little experiment here. We'll get a section wet. Add the pink. You can almost see the solids in that. It would almost behave like a granulating paint. Nope, pretty much acting the exact same way. So I think it's got to be the paint. And I'm not surprised because the that pastel pink has to have so much white in it just to get that color. So yeah, it's the paint, not the paper. Hi Donna. Anybody else I missed? Have to go paint the kitchen cupboards. Whoa, good luck on that. I think I'd hire somebody to do mine. Just saying. So yeah. It's not horrible. I mean, I don't want you to think that this is horrible. That you're getting some different effects that are actually pretty nice. Alright, now that I kind of know how it's going to act, I think I can move a little bit faster. Know where I'm going to have to come back later. Alright, let's get cooking. I'll leave that one up there so you can kind of see it as it dries. I don't think adding the water first did a thing for me, so we'll just go ahead and paint every other leaf. That reminded me, I used to have to do that all the time with cat hair. I must be getting most of the cat hair out of my life. You have to stir this paint pretty frequently too. It separates, the solids are separating out. I'm going to let that absorb into the paper a little bit and then add the dark. This is a really nice soft pink though, I have to say. I don't think you would see this in other paint sets. And I think I had to buy the pastel colors separately. I could be wrong, but it seems to me like I had to. That they were like the 2021 colors or something. Okay, I waited a little long on that. I'll check chat here in just a minute. See you, Linda. Have a great afternoon. Well, that's good to hear, Rachel. These drawings are kind of hard to see where some of the petals end, so I'm just making it up as I go. This paper does absorb the water pretty quick, so that's why I'm able to go back in here relatively quickly and paint next to the petals that I've already finished. If this was like arches or a little bit better paper, I couldn't do that. Not that it matters on flowers, really, because with any luck you get a lot of different colors. I forgot to take a picture of my garden yesterday, and I'm probably not going to, because it's been so weird here. We haven't been having a lot of sunshine, or they just haven't really taken stock yet. Dede's really have. Mine are still just kind of sitting waiting for the warm weather, I think. And then the seeds that I put in, of course, haven't come up yet. But that damn little squirrel, I'm about ready to wring his neck. I had planted my little ornamental peppers in the pots where I do every year. And that little creep dug them all up. So I don't know how many of them were left in the pots. I'm just going to have to wait and see, I guess. That little jerk's days are going to be numbered if he doesn't stay out of my pots. I like to be nice to the living things, but man, when you start jacking with my stuff, we're going to have a little bit of a problem. And another really weird thing, it's like a condiment for them, you think, those tree rats. Hey, Lady Jan, they are tree rats. And they are destructive little creatures. And I know they're young. So, like, everything in their being is telling them, dig, dig, dig. And if they find an old acorn, I'd like to think Robert's got most of them cleaned up. But I know their instinct is to bury that bad boy. Well, I go around pulling the oak trees out of the ground, and they go around planting them. So we have a little bit difference of opinion here. And we're going to have to get that straightened out. I'm not sure who's going to win this war. I suspect it's going to be me. But yeah, they are very destructive little creatures. But they're all God's creatures, so you can put cat or dog fur just under the soil around the plants, and those. Are you kidding? Oh, and I had so much cat hair. I used to have so much cat hair. I did not know that, Kathy. And I've been a gardener for years and years. Man, I would have shaved Roxy if I'd have known that. That poor cat wouldn't have had a hair on her body. Of course, if you looked at all the hair around here, you wouldn't have thought she had a hair on her body anyway. I did not know that. Can I do it with human hair, Kathy? Because I got plenty of hair for everybody. I could do it with human hair. Where can I get cat hair? Hey, Dede. Would you shave your cats for me? I gave Robert a haircut yesterday. But I have tons of hair. I mean, all I got to do is clean out my hairbrush, and I'd have enough hair for everybody on Earth. But I did. I lowered his ears yesterday. Yeah, I'll be putting stakes out in my yard to entice the local animals over so I can yank their fur out. I'm trying to think. Most of the dogs, the full-time dogs in the neighborhood are like short-hair dogs. So they wouldn't have clumps of hair. But if human hair works, I'm on it. I save the dog for my hair every year to use every spring. Ask a pet groomer. Trying to think if I even know any pet groomers. I'm sure we have one in the area. I like that flower a lot. This one got a little red. I might have to add more red because I got that one a little dark. Trying to think, pet groomer. If I know any. I'm going to do all the full flowers first. I can brush a little bit and send you hair too. She's lucky. You guys don't have to send me pet hair. I will definitely be finding some. I will definitely be finding some. I'll just cut my hair up. Put it in there. See if that works. We'll test Kathy's theory. Here in a few weeks, I'll have an idea for you. What the scoop is. Now I have used, when I used to have the garden out by the mailbox before everybody let their dog use it as a lavatory, I used to use some spray-on stuff for deer, and that stuff worked pretty darn good because the deer would eat my roses, thorns and all. That it did not bother them a bit. And then when I started using that deer spray, that nonsense stopped in short order. So I believe that stuff does work. All right, we're at war with dust squirrels. We'll see who wins this war. One nice thing about the squirrels, for the most part, they leave my tomatoes and stuff alone. They don't mess with them too much. But it just seems like everything this year is maybe a little bit retarded. And I think it's due to the weather. That we've just not had any real sunny spring weather. Just a day here and there, but not anything that you would write home about for sure. Today again, it's just gray and dreary and Robert was going to burn today, but the fire department said they're expecting real high winds again. We've had a really, really windy spring is the way I would describe it. It's just been windy. So okay, read and chat. Okay, you also put it in when you plant bulbs. There's a couple in Grove. Hi, Elaine. What about Jan? Jan doesn't have a groomer in there. And I don't think she yanks the hair out of the animals when they come in to get shots. I'm not going to ask Jan to do that, poor thing. She's got her total hands full with that goofball husband of hers. I'll figure it out. I'll put an ad out for dog sitting, and when people come to get their dogs, they'll come back and they'll be bald. How about that? Does that sound like a plan? I'll figure it out. Kind of like that coral color that turned into there when I didn't get my brush quite clean. I've heard you can buy coyote urine. Yeah. I think that's what was in the deer spray that I was using, Kathleen. I'm not sure. And you know, the crazy thing about that is, like, do they have a factory or laboratory, or I don't even know what you would call it, where they keep a bunch of coyotes to collect the urine? That just seems a little crazy. I think it's a chemical mixture that replicates it. Because otherwise that makes absolutely no sense to me. How do you collect coyote urine? Put a catheter in them? I don't know. It's more than my brain probably needs to be dealing with while I'm painting beautiful flowers, that's for sure. We have some weird conversations here, huh? And I know I'm really slow at this, you guys. I don't know if you can see how the solids in that pink behave. It's just weird. Definitely not like your higher end watercolors for sure. Not that there's anything wrong with it, just that it behaves differently, in my humble opinion. Seems like the solids all congregate on your brush or something and then puddle. Which may be the nature of the beast. I don't know. Very carefully. No lies, CB. Start a society of coyote urine. Oh, there's Uncle Dan. Very carefully. See, that's just it. Why do I even think of that stuff? Makes me think there's something wrong with me. There, I just got some solids out of it. Okay, when Uncle Dan is lurking, you know what'll get him out of lurk mode. Hang on, I'll check that real quick. It might be Dede telling me what to do, because I haven't been watching chat adequately. All right, Dede, all right. Maybe it's not Dede. That paint might not blend easily, but I'm also not seeing... No, there's no blooms or backgrounds either, Michelle. Yeah, it definitely is... it behaves differently, and I don't even know how to describe it. I'm doing that right now, Dede. Give me a sec. What does that say for the rest of us watching you? Well, Rachel, you're just going to have to figure that. Oh my God, Dede. Dede's going to save my life. She just showed this. She pulled that off her cat brush. Look at that. Awesome. You just showed up, really? Just in time for the coyote urine conversation? You never know what kind of conversations you're going to have here. That's funny, Dede. But honestly, do not spend money sending me cat hair. It just doesn't seem right. Of course, I probably mailed worse stuff. Well, I know I did when my sister was in Germany. We won't talk about that. Probably could have got us both thrown in jail. So much for the squirrels. You really think that's a cat? What, did you hold Buddy down again, Dede? Poor Buddy. I'm going to have to give Buddy my phone number so when she holds him down to scalp him, he has somebody to call. I'm really liking how this is working. I think I'm enjoying this paint. It's just a little different, I guess, because it doesn't behave like what I'm used to, but it's not horrible. But you're right, Michelle, there are no blooms at all, which, given the behavior, I should be having blooms. You're right. So that's kind of cool. Thanks, Tina. You'll get in the mail right away. Well, we'll see if the squirrels are still alive by then. No, I've been pretty nice with the squirrels the last couple years. But because we are on an island, there does come times where the squirrel population needs to be thinned, along with the deer population. I mean, in all honesty, I'm not kidding you guys. Sometimes they just need to be thinned. All right, and I'm assuming that these are the same kind of flowers, but these are not. I was thinking I'd do these maybe purple, so I could use that purple. And I have another purple in one of my sets that's really pretty. What one is it? All right, let's just go ahead and do, because I don't know how much of this I'm going to get done. I might end early. But I'm feeling pretty good. I'm going to wet this again. I'm going to try wet on wet again. I really like the black background, so I might end up doing this background black. I won't do that on stream probably. But wouldn't this pink just jump out with a black background or a dark, dark blue if I have indigo? Or Payne's, not Payne's Gray. All right, looks like it's all wet. I'm going to go ahead and paint it all pink. And then come back. Gotta remember to stir the paint, otherwise it gets too thin on the top. Because all the solids sink, you know. And what's weird is this orange is separating a little bit too. The yellow is not and the greens are not, but that orange separates. It, like, the yellow rises to the top. So that's really weird. But you can see how that orange kind of stays put where I put it. There's going to be a lot of cold cats around. You just furminated the cats? Roxy was not good about getting brushed. Yeah, me and her, I usually ended up bleeding before I could get Roxy fully brushed. She was not a fan of brushing. I'm going to let that dry for a minute. And they say if you start them as kittens and they get used to it, that they come to like it. Not Roxy. She was never a fan. Of course, she didn't like anybody messing with her for anything. She lived like entirely on her terms, which I want to do too. Bald cats. All right. Gonna be try and be pretty judicious here. Probably should have let that dry just a little bit longer, but it's okay. I'm going to add some of the little bit darker on this one in a few places since I got that one so dark. All right, or even walking by her. You're right, Elaine. She was just a little pain in the neck. But she was my pain in the neck, and I miss her. What really is annoying about that is for the last few years of her life, we didn't do anything. Didn't go places. Yeah, we just didn't do a lot of things because we couldn't leave Roxy, right? Well, now you can't go anywhere anyway, so it's just like, dang. It is getting a lot more open around here, though, so I can't say that we can't do anything, but Yeah. But for years it was Roxy. Now it's nothing's open. Okay. All right, that matches more now. All right. Let's move on to this one. I'll go back and add some dark to these later as well. And try and make them all look like they're matching at least a little bit. Okay, that's a leaf. Trying to keep it so you guys can see. And sometimes I have to get in pretty weird positions. This is almost like doing a color book only with watercolors is exactly what it is. And why I can do this and it doesn't bother me, but color books make me a nervous wreck, I have no clue. Thanks, Uncle Dan. We're getting there. Now, if I was going to get a bloom, I would get one right there, where I added that orange. But what's really weird is this paper doesn't really allow it to bloom, which is cool. But that is really weird. I'm looking here right now. I think I got a slight bloom there, but for the most part, there are literally no blooms on this, which is odd. What? What? See the message. What message? Did you send me another message, Dede? You know, Kathleen, the paper is not horrible. I'll say that. It's just, they don't really tell you much about the paper other than it's acid and lignin free and 350 GSM. Oh my God, Dede, you're a nutcase. Can you see what Dede just sent me? Let's blow this bad boy up. Yeah. I should go back through our messages and show some of the stuff that goes back and forth. Honestly, in a bag on its way. Oh my God. All right, squirrels, you on notice now. You're going to make me lurk again? No way, Dan. We need all the funny guys that we can get. But yeah, they don't really tell you. And I think if they don't say that it's cotton fiber, you can assume that it's cellulose. So it's going to have the same traits as the other cellulose papers. But I paint on them a lot, and they don't bother me. So, yeah, that's the way I would look at that. And the thing I liked about it is that I could go ahead and paint without having to draw the art. And I actually like drawing the art. It's not that I don't enjoy that part of it. But yeah, sometimes I just want to play with my watercolors, because I've certainly paid enough for them, right? Print it out and put it in the garden. You think I should post that on a sign in the backyard next to the morning glories and everything else that they dug up? But in happier news, this week sometime I will be posting a picture of my first peony bloom. Robert has he let it grow most of the season last year, and so naturally, because the bush got to do what bushes do after they bloom, gather up energy for next year's blooms, the bush actually is bigger, it looks healthier, and it's got a ton of blooms on it. Now, the problem with the peony bush, when they're still pretty little, because, of course, mine gets mowed over all the time, the blooms get so heavy that they're some of them lay over on the ground, and that's the part that annoys Robert, okay, is when the bush gets too unwieldy. And but yeah, like, he knows now, don't jack with the bush. So the bush, as of this live stream, is still alive and getting ready to bloom. It's your sister's favorite flower. When they bloom, they're gorgeous, and they smell good. I mean, there's no downside to a peony other than when they get when the blooms are so big that they get top heavy and fall on the ground. And that's where my peony bush runs amok. You have 2 blooms on yours? Yeah, so I'm excited. To have some peonies. I wish he swears to God he didn't do this, but he should never argue with me, because he's never going to be right. And Elaine will tell you too, because I think she was with me when I bought the bushes. There was a matching bush on the other side of the driveway, on either side of the driveway, and it's a circle drive, right? That one has failed to come back. He says it was never there. What's Rachel? Has anyone tried Horadam Aquarelle watercolors? I have not, Rachel. Well, try them. Jeez, you're like Dede. That's why I was making fun of Dede this morning about using those stickers before she showed them. Because she gets mail, you guys, for real. She gets mail, and she doesn't use it until she shows it to you guys. And I'm like, are you kidding? You're not even normal. Stop that. Oh, if they're by Schminke, my guess is you will not be disappointed. Schminke products, as a rule, are pretty darn good. I don't know that I've ever had a Schminke product that I was not completely happy with. And I used to use their inks a lot for lettering. Yeah, I've Robert is a doofus. Yep, see? There was 2 bushes. But you know what, Elaine, you haven't been here. I did take down all the hibiscus. Because we found on sale one time, Elaine and I, we went to the nursery and we found a bunch of hibiscus on sale. And they were beautiful. But honestly, they were They were Japanese beetle magnets. Oh my God, they absolutely ate the heck out of them. So I was just like, I'm done. I am not doing that anymore. So I took all them out so Robert can mow there now, which made him very, very happy. Any square inch of additional mowing, and he is just a happy, happy guy. Uncle Dan, you guys miss me with this soft cast on moving bags of topsoil at the grocery store like a Funny Mel Brooks movie. Oh no. No, I don't miss them, Elaine. I really don't. I don't miss the hibiscus. I mean, I missed when they were blooming, obviously. But when the Japanese beetle hatch, they were it was just a constant battle. And so yeah, I don't I really don't miss them. But they, toward the end, they had gotten so big, and I have a patio, a raised patio that's probably 5.5 foot retaining wall, and they grew against that. So they were really pretty. But yeah, the Japanese beetle absolutely did that in. I don't know if you guys have them where you are, but they are, I mean, if you think squirrels are destructive, get yourself a few Japanese beetles. And I'd be out there hand picking, yeah, to keep them from absolutely destroying everything. And finally I decided, you know what, you can't beat Mother Nature, just make it easy on yourself. Alright, we're going to let that one be for a little, because we're going to leave that one light pink, I think. Okay, bye, Donna. Go have a great afternoon. When I lived in South Florida, the iguanas ate all your hibiscus and gardenia flowers. Really? Iguanas eat everything. Well, then, I don't know which is worse. See, CB, I didn't realize that they'd been a problem for so long. Sorry, CB, I couldn't help myself. No, I really thought the Japanese beetles were a recent phenomenon. That was so rude. CB gets me, though, so it's okay. Alright, I'm going to let that one completely dry. We'll come back. Trying to decide. That's a different kind of flower. That's a different kind. That's a different kind. Just looking here. Some of these, it's hard to tell what the heck it is. Like, that's a bud, I think, but they forgot part of it. And then that's a leaf, but I don't know what's behind it. I'm going to turn it into a leaf, but I don't think it's a leaf. And I think that may be part of the flower that I forgot. When you don't draw something yourself, you got to interpret, right? Japanese beetles, pain in the butt. I would just collect them in a bowl with soap, because when they get soap on their wings, then they won't fly. I should get a bag of beetles. Breaking Bad neighbors with motorhomes and cars on jacks next door. Oh my God, Uncle Dan. I don't think the beetles would run them off. I'm just saying. I just don't think. I'm going to leave that one a little bit lighter, I think. I hope I didn't forget other stuff. That's a leaf. That's a leaf. Leaf, leaf. That's a bud of a different kind of flower. So just looking here, I think that's one of these. I'm going to go ahead and paint it. I don't know, I'm having a hard time deciding, so when in doubt, just make it whatever you want it to be. My medicine finally started working. I can breathe. Yeah, but I'm going to try and keep all the same type of flowers, the same color scheme. Because when I do the black background, I think it's going to look cool. Alright, I gotta go see who's at the door. Hunky UPS. Delivering mower parts for the rat. Because I'm going to say, I shouldn't be getting any deliveries, I don't think. So. Okay, Dede. Go have a great afternoon. I'm not going to be on here much longer. I'll do a color scheme for the rest of this stuff. In fact, I'll stop this. I'll save that pink one. I'm going to pull out some purple and we'll add a little bit of purple to these. Because that one's pink. Yeah, we'll do purple. I probably should have left that one for purple too. Alright, let me see if I can find the purple paint. It's been a real recent color that I got. I haven't gotten anything new in a while. So let me see. It's not those. I may not be able to find it. Not the Derwent for sure. Oh, the Pretty Excellent has a pretty purple in it. In my opinion, purple watercolors are really hard to come pre-mixed. You almost have to mix your own. Okay, this is the one I was thinking of, but there's only one purple. It's the Jerry Q. All right, I'm going to leave that out. And I'll get a different mixer for this. All right. These are also real inexpensive watercolors. I think I ordered them from Amazon. I could do that, Rachel, and I might. But these are the Pretty Excellent paints. And their purples aren't bad, but I think I'm going to use the dark purple out of this one. But this is the purple, and this is Jerry Q. And I think this is sold under different names, honestly. But the purple in this one, I love the purple in this one. It's really pretty. And you're right, I could paint right over that pink with the purple. But this has the little trays that come out that you can mix on. So it's like a little travel deal. And I think I bought this one because of the little dish. I think I didn't care about the paints at all. I think I like the little dish. Because I am a sucker for little dishes. All right, let me get some of the purple. We'll go ahead and paint that so you guys get an idea. Because I'll finish this off stream and then probably just show you next week. I don't need a huge amount of purple. They don't wet as nice as the White Nights, it appears to me. And I haven't used them a whole lot either, honestly. It's hard to go to the, well, I don't want to say the less expensive, but I think it's the ones you're less familiar with, I think is how I would describe it. It's hard to go to those after you're used to, say, working with the Daniel Smith or the M. Grahams, because you know how they're going to behave, you know you're going to get good results, you know. So I think that's part of it. But because I'm basically a hoarder of paints, yeah. I have to have them. I have to have them and try. All right, so I think I want this purple. Now these, the Pretty Excellent, they re-wet really nice. All right. And I just contaminated my clean water, but that's okay. I don't have much left to do. It's fun to have a lot of different paints to play with. I have to say that. All right. Wash the brush out. What did I just get on that? I think I just got purple on that. That's going to be purple, I think, because I think I just... How am I going to do that? I wonder where that came from. Well, I don't like that even a little bit. All right, I think I'm going to have to do that purple just so I can cover that up. It's not bad now. All right, we're going to do one of the purple ones up here first, just to see how we're going to like the color combination. You guys see okay? So on the ATC swap, where are we at? We're at the 10th of May. They've got to be to me by the 1st of June. So depending on where you're at, you only got like another week or so, I think, to get them in the mail. I think the mail has been a lot better, though, lately. Like, I renewed my car license online Saturday. I got my tag in today's mail. So it's definitely, the mail is definitely improving. Isn't that a pretty soft purple? I like it a lot. I think course, now this paint's going to behave a little bit differently, I think, than the White Nights that has the white in it for sure. Because this doesn't appear as though it has any of the white at all. I'm going to let that absorb a little bit while I do this one. And if at the end I want to go back in and add some white highlights or something, I am not a purist, so I will go back in with a white pen, a white Posca pen. I'll go back in with white if I want to, because I am not a purist at all. I do whatever works expediently. Because if you wanted to save the highlights, you would have had to plan all that long before you got here. Where and how do you store your watercolors? CB, my watercolors are all over the place. I have a drawer. I think some of you have seen the cabinets that are behind me. I have a drawer in that cabinet where I keep all the sets that are like this, that you can close and stack. I just keep them in a drawer. These that I have in trays like this, I have a little bookshelf, and they sit over there. So I can look at them all the time because they're so fun. So yeah, they're either in a drawer or on the bookshelf on display so I can see them and appreciate them all the time. And then the tubes, because some of the M. Graham and Daniel Smith, I actually bought tubes of the color. I keep those in a drawer in the kids' room because that's just extra storage in there. When the kids come, they don't ever use the drawers. They use the floor for their clothes and stuff. If they wanted to put it in a drawer, I'd make a drawer available, but honestly, they just put their clothes on the floor. And I suspect that's what they do at home as well. So, I want them to feel at home. Okay, it's hard to see where I'm putting that dark purple, isn't it? Do you have a video of making your trays? Yes, I do. You just got the notice, CB. Oh my gosh. So I was going to ask you, can I use my phone and send my Audubon finished pics to Dede's email? Yeah, I can't imagine why you couldn't, Uncle Dan. You can send photos and everything off of your email. Do you do email on your phone? I don't do email on my phone. I've taken stuff off my phone. Stuff that I used to do on my phone, I've taken off because it just got to be too annoying. So now I have to go to my computer to do my email. And I'm okay with that. It just got too annoying for me. But yeah, if you do email on your phone, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to. But what you should do, Uncle Dan, is put it on Instagram so everybody can see it. I don't think it's fair that you send it to Dede privately when there's the rest of us sitting out here who want to see it. Right, you guys? I think Uncle Dan should share with all of us. Oh, hell, still trying to figure out the toaster. Dan, you're so funny. But when I got my phone, I put pretty much everything on it. And it wasn't but maybe a week later before I decided, with everything on your phone, that becomes your life. Your phone is forever. Of course, I turned off all notifications. I don't get any notifications for anything anymore. Not even Messenger. Yeah. Your phone just absolutely dictates your whole life. And that got so annoying to me. I was like, okay, I'm done with that crap. That ain't happening no more. So now I look at the phone as my convenience. If you call me and I don't answer, it wasn't convenient for me. Oh, show some mercy. Okay, I'm sorry, Uncle Dan. I'm going to show you some mercy. Go get an IG count right now so you can share with all of us. How's that? Was that better? I don't think it's fair that you share with Dede alone. And I'm feeling sorry for you and your soft cast. You should have plenty of time to get an IG account set up. Hell, he may already have one. I may already follow him. That's how much I know. All right, I'm going to add some green so we can see. I'll do it down here where it's all kind of... I haven't decided about this one yet, you guys. This actually belongs with these flowers just from the shapes, so I might leave it. I'll just clean it up. All right, let's use some of that green. This green is going to be really weird. I think I'm going to... I'm not sure I love the bright green. I'd like to make a medium green. We'll do a little test here and see. There's the green without mixing, the light green. And there's the dark, and there's the two mixed together. Yeah, I think I like the... I'll have to mix some of the medium. Don't need a huge amount. Okay, now we've got 3 greens. IG, no, I'm new to techno dystopia. You know what, Dan? You might want to stay right where you're at. I'm not sure. In some ways, it makes your life easier. I'll be the first to admit that. Like, I love that you have virtually anything at your fingertips at any time. I actually do appreciate that. That if I want to look up praying mantis while I'm sitting on the patio, I can do that. So I love that aspect of it. But otherwise, I see the phone as a time-robbing instrument that does not necessarily, in every case, enrich your life. Call me crazy, but yeah, I'm not sure that in some instances it makes your life better. I'm going to go ahead and add this now. Does anybody else feel like that? Like their phone is a complete distraction and has not necessarily enriched your life? I mean, if I wanted to talk to somebody, I could talk to somebody all my life, right? But now having this thing around your body all the time, it kind of annoys me, honestly, that no matter where I am, if I'm shopping, and I know I have the option of not answering or whatever, but I don't know. It actually annoys me sometimes. I'm going to let that dry so I get that kind of mottled leaf look. But yeah, maybe I'm weird. I don't think that it's been an improvement in life. It makes it too easy to ignore the things you need to be doing. There you go, Kathleen. Yeah. Oh, you should kick Facebook to the curb. You should have done that months ago. There is nothing good coming out of Facebook these days, I can promise you. I got on this week. I mean, I haven't completely deleted my account, but I used to go on fairly frequently. And I got on this last couple weeks because Z and Jen had been posting pictures from Oz, and that was such good memories that I enjoyed going and looking at that. But honestly, I got on, looked at the pictures, made some comments, and got the hell off. There is nothing good going on at Facebook. And I go on occasionally and like see my nieces and nephews' photos of their kids, because it's the only way that I would ever get to see those photos. So I don't mind doing that. But otherwise, yeah, I'm like on and off. But I think, too, if the electronic devices in my life are a distraction, that's my fault. Grew up without phone or electricity. There you go, Uncle Dan. The phones are 1984. No doubt about it. So, yeah, I fully recognize that if the phone has become a distraction, that's entirely my fault. So I have gotten a lot better about it. Now, Robert, if his phone rings, he must answer it. And I'm like, dude, that phone is your convenience. It's not the caller's convenience. I mean, he'll answer. I put an app on his phone so he would know when it's a spam risk. He will answer the phone. If that phone rings, he must answer it. And of course, that's because he owned his own business, you know, and you never let your phone ring, right? I'm like, dude, do not talk to those people unless you want to. Which reminds me, if you guys have never looked on YouTube for Scam the Scammer videos, I found a guy who honestly hacks into the people who are doing fraud. He hacks into their computers and deletes their files. And honestly, it's the most satisfying thing I think I've watched in years. I used to watch the guys a lot, and then I'd kind of forgotten about them. But honestly, watching those scammers when they figure out that their files have been deleted is some of the most fun you'll ever have, I swear. There's this one guy, I wish I could remember his channel name, but he disguises his voice, and I don't know if he does it with like a voice modulator or what exactly. But he acts like I think he says he's a 79-year-old woman. And he's got a fake bank account set up that has tons of money in it. So when they convince him to go online and go to his banking, and then they look at his balance, their scams get a lot bigger. It's not just a few $100s. We're talking thousands and thousands of dollars, which then makes it really hard for them to get the money, right? Because the more they're trying to scam out of you, there's only so many ways that you can keep that away from the government or whatever. But boy, they get really inventive when they see that this 79-year-old woman has a ton of money. Talk about greedy. And the whole time he's, he, who is pretending to be a she, convinces him how lonely she is and how she would sure like to have them call in the evening. Is that the one who wears a wig at times? Yes, he's had wigs on at different times. CB, you may have seen him. The name of his alter ego on YouTube when he's talking to the scammers is Vivian Rogers. But when he gets into their computers and actually deletes the files, I have to say I'm the happiest person alive. And he'll literally keep them on the phone for hours. Of course, he edits the video. You're not watching for hours. But, yeah, it's so satisfying to scam the scammers. And if I could learn to do that, you guys would never see me again. Ever. My wife watches that on YouTube. Okay, yeah, scam the scammers. It's awesome. Those guys have some real skills, though. Like, they know computers. I don't know squat. Now, see that thing behind there? I don't know what that is. So I guess eventually I think that belongs pink. I should have paid more attention. What the heck? But yeah, if you just want to watch something really entertaining and fun, yeah, watch Scam the Scammers. So worth it. So worth it. I usually turn it on in the background because I can't watch videos that you have to pay attention to when I'm cleaning, washing the floor, whatever. So those are the kind of videos I turn on when I just want noise in the background. I don't really have to pay attention because there's nothing to see. You're just listening to the voices talk, right? This must be, I'll have to wait to do that one now. It's funny because I kind of have YouTube playlists for what I'm doing. Like when I shower, I turn on the music. If I'm cleaning, I listen to YouTube scammers. So it's funny because it depends on what I'm doing. If I'm sitting here arting, generally I put on art videos where I can, look up and watch and see what they're doing. So your YouTube viewing has to be connected to what you're doing in real life. When I'm going to bed at night, I listen to lectures. There's some good lectures on YouTube. I'll let that dry and then I'll go over it with the medium green. It's a guy who speaks Hindi. He swears back at the... Yeah, that's the one, Dan. Yep, you found him. He's Kip Boga on YouTube. I don't think that's the channel name, Jan. Thanks, Jan. I think if I heard it, I would remember it. But, yeah, there you go. Who knows? I'll let that dry a little bit more. We'll do some. I really wish I knew what that was back there. Don't know. Don't know. I'll do a couple more green. I think when the background is black, it's going to be really pretty. I have to test before I can put my arm down. Oops. I know that this green that I'm using right there, that lightest of the greens, I know it looks yellow on camera, but it's not. It is a bright lime green, but it's not yellow. Well, Uncle Dan, does your wife ever watch our channels? Okay, I will, Elaine. I'll try and I'll put it on IG later. That way I don't have to go on YouTube or Facebook. Those little ones there, I'm probably going to do a light brown. I don't see a whole lot. Okay, there's just a few of them. I think I'm probably will end up doing them light brown, honestly. All right, I'll come back and finish these. They should be fairly dry by now. Yeah, they're dry enough. I can go back and work some more. And a lot of times to go back and smooth out the lines, I just go back with a dry brush. I just dry whatever paint's on it and just go back with a dry brush. And you can generally, if you do it fairly quickly, you can get rid of those lines. And some people, I think that's part of what they really like in watercolor. I don't know that I'm a huge fan of that, but I usually just go back in with a really dry brush. No, she loves crime shows, mass murders, Big Sky, all the wholesome stuff. Now, see, I'm a true crime person. I will say that. I am definitely a true crime person. You know, and I think the reason, and I think this is true of everybody. You guys tell me whether or not I'm correct here. But I think part of the thing that intrigues me about, say, true crime stuff is I want to know what makes those people tick. You know, because why don't we all go around thinking murder is appropriate? You know, like what went wrong with them? Was it nature, nurture, you know, that whole argument, nature versus nurture? I think that's part of the reason I watch them. and I'm interested in them because I can't figure out what makes these people. I mean, is it a brain malfunction where they're just freaking sociopaths or psychopaths or what? I don't know. But I think that's part of the reason I end up watching stuff about serial murders and what the hell makes those people tick? I mean, I go around with the desire to kill people, but I don't actually do it. But usually that's just a small annoyance that will get me wanting to kill. So instead I just say, well, that's what gets me to hitting. But I don't even understand people who will go around hitting each other either, so. Even though there's some people who desperately need it. Watch court TV every day. You know, I haven't watched daytime TV in so many years. When I worked, I always had this idea that I would watch daytime TV. Now that I don't work, my TV, unless there's something going on in the world that I feel like I need to know about, yeah, I don't turn on daytime TV ever. Ever. Those dark places look a little harsh to me. It could be just that the yellow is so freaking yellow. You get road rage. Now, see, I don't. I am the most courteous driver. No, I'm not the most courteous. Robert Vaughn is the most courteous driver on the road. He annoys me sometimes. I mean, if I was going to get road rage, I would get road rage at Robert for being too courteous. Like, he will stop traffic to let somebody out of a parking lot. Or at a four-way stop, he'll always let the other guy go. And I'm like, dude, there are rules of the road. You screw things up by not following the rules of the road. Like, I just want to kill him. But no, Robert Vaughn is the most courteous driver. But I'm pretty courteous. I'm never in a big rush to get anywhere. So if you're in a rush, you get right on in front of me. I don't care. And I think I was even like that when I had to drive in rush hour traffic in Denver every day. I think I was pretty courteous even then. I didn't see any point in wrecking my day or anybody else's day because you're trying to get a car length ahead of me. And if you've ever driven in rush hour traffic, you pretty much get how useless it is to try and get anywhere quick. You're not gonna, so just cool your jets. Cannot stand tailgaters. Yeah, well, tailgaters annoy me too. But if they're really bad, I'll just pull over and let them go ahead of me. If you're in such a big rush, you need to get on down the road because my life is not worth your tailgating. So I'll just let them go ahead. I don't care. No sweat off my back. But I have the luxury of not driving but once in a blue moon too. I don't drive often anymore because I don't have anywhere to go. If Robert and I go somewhere together, he drives because he can't stand to be a passenger. It makes him sick. I mean, literally vomiting sick. So, yeah, I don't have to drive very much. And generally, if I say, oh, I have to go to town for something, oh, you mind if I go with you? Like, nope. Maybe he's afraid. I'm going to kill myself or something. But generally, yeah, he'll always say, well, do you mind if I go with you? It's like, nope. You'll be driving. I actually like driving, though. Like taking a trip to Denver. I love driving like that. I'm going to leave some of these leaves kind of bright. You were shocked at how many people killed their spouse? I can't understand the mindset that makes you think somehow that's appropriate. Now, if my life was in danger and only one of us is going to come out alive, my mindset changes a whole lot. But still, I even wonder there. Yeah, I'll just pull over and say, you get on down the road, bad boy. Ain't nobody got time for that. Alright, I'll do this other bud, and then I'm going to probably call it a day so I can get this mess cleaned up. I will finish this, though, before next Monday. Well, I'll do it here probably this evening or in the morning so I can really clean up the mess. See, that there again, that same shape is back there. I'm wondering if that's a flower leaf. But the same exact shape is back there. So it's almost got to be. It's almost got to be. I'm probably going to paint it like a flower leaf. I think that's what it is, actually, but I don't know. It's weird, I know that. Thanks, Rachel. You record daytime TV and watch it at night? I don't do that. People ignore stop signs? Now, see, that's one thing. We don't have that. Like, people here, I think, are... Of course, out here on the island, because it is a resort area, I think you probably have to be more careful of the golf carts, because golf carts get to drive on our roads just like regular cars. So that would be what you have to watch for out here is kids driving golf carts. But if you live here, you kind of expect it. That you know the kids are going to be there on their golf carts. All right. I'm going to go ahead and do those two. I don't know if that's a leaf or not. It doesn't really look like it, but we're going to do it anyway. It's got to attach to something, and the only thing it looks like to me is the flowers. So we're going to go ahead and add it to the flower. What the hell? That pink paint almost obscures the black line. Okay, that's dry enough that I can paint up next to it. Like the green, I don't care if it smears all out, but the pink, yeah, I would care about that. I don't think it should be a leaf, but what the heck. This is probably part of a wallpaper design at one point. I don't know if that's... I don't know. Too late now. Of course, I could always trim it off. If I wanted to, I could just... If I did something down here stupid, that's why I usually always start at an edge. Because if I do something stupid, I can always just cut it off and make the whole page shorter, right? So... But I have no clue what that is. That just looks weird to me, but what the heck. Alright, I forgot this green stem. So let me do that real quick and then I'll call it a day. So I really appreciate you guys hanging with me all afternoon. I know sometimes it's a long day by the time you watch Dede and then me. It's just like, oh my God. I've been sitting here for 8 hours. Some days I don't mind that. I'm going to leave that one light so that it stands out over the leaf. So let's take a look at it. I don't have that much left to do. I think it is really pretty. And this is one of those things. I don't know what I'll do with this after I'm done with it. So depending on what parts of it I end up really liking or not liking, I could cut this up and use it as ATCs. I could cut a square out of the middle and use the outside as a border and the inside for something else. I could white part of it out and add a quote, because on a page like this, I enjoy doing it. It's fun, but then after it's done, it's like, well, what the hell am I going to do with it now? You tell everyone you have an art course on Mondays at 5. That's all right. Tell them anything you want. So I don't know. You know, like after you do something like this, it's like a coloring page. What are you going to do with it? The fun was in doing it, not necessarily owning it, right? So, yeah, who knows what I'll end up doing with this. If the back turns out clean, I end up, you know, I could cut this up into ATCs and do something else on the back and send it out with Happy Mail. You like it that with no background? I don't know. I think it would look really cool. I think it would really jump out with a black background. I might just do the black down here and see what it looks like. But I think this could look really good with black. So that's how I look at stuff like this. It was mostly in just the fun of doing it. But now that I have it and I've enjoyed it, I don't know what I'll do with it. I don't see it as a piece of art that's worthy of keeping, you know. Thanks, Kalura. So anyway, if you're doing the ATC swap, go ahead and get them in the mail, because I'm excited to get them all. I love looking at them. It's so much fun to get them. So, yeah. If you want to practice your watercolor, pick up yourself a pad of Prima Watercolor Decor Coloring Book. It's as close as you'll probably ever see me come to coloring. So I won't do anything with it until I show you guys it again. I'll probably show it next Monday. So you guys go have a great afternoon. Be kind. It's a hard time of year, so be kind to each other. And I love you guys, and thanks for spending your afternoon with me. Be good. See you. Bye.